Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18 and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 52, with Enfield Town FC. If you're like me and you've got a lot going on, you usually carry a notebook around, or you have an app on your phone like Evernote or something like that where you put the things that you need to remember. And then every once in a while something happens that you're totally gobsmacked by, and then you sit and think, I knew this, why didn't I know this? How come I didn't write it down? And then you go back and look and realize, yeah, you numbskull, you wrote it down, you just completely forgot about it. So one of the things I forgot about was, after winning the Vanarama last year, getting promotion to League 2, and becoming a professional club, almost all the players that were not leaving because their contracts expired got an automatic raise because we got promoted. And the average increase of that raise was about 20%. My original transfer budget was £42,000. My original payroll budget was about £15,000. And when the boys came back from their 4-week vacation, ready to kick things off, I was £4,200 over payroll. And that's before I hired on any new coaches that I got spots for. And I had a couple players on the short list who were interested in coming here, but the most I could offer them was £160 a week, which was just not going to work. As a result, a few players, the high earners, who helped get us to League 2, are no longer with the team. How that's going to hurt us long term, in terms of the relegation fight that we're trying to avoid, remains to be seen. Financially, for the moment, we're doing okay. Our TV package for League 2 gave us about £342,000. We're paying back an additional £5,000 a month for the most recent stadium expansion. We're doing okay. I think as long as we're not losing money in the 7 digits or higher, we'll be fine. So this is also the Clinched 18 skin by Sir Will. This is one of my more favorite skins. I used it a lot last year in my big FM18 save. It's got a couple graphical glitches that I can live with, no problem. And honestly, they're just little niggling things, you know, stuff like the white circle behind the $sign here being off and things like that. It's quibbling. But I really like this skin. It's clean. I like the fonts. I like how he put it together. I don't know why. I like this skin. Transfers right here. Looking right at it. So on the outs, Craig Holm left. The defensive midfielder just never found a spot on the team. I sent him out on loan a couple of times, and he was okay, but he was earning £350 a week, and I put him out there on a free just because I wanted him off the roster. Stuart Barber and Jack Wakely were both older defensive center backs that weren't going to be full-time starters, but they would probably come off the bench more often than not. But they were also both earning a decent amount of money. Charlton picked up Stuart Barber for $7.5K. Jack Wakely went to Rochdale for £12,000. Adam Cockbill, I loaned out to Hendon to get first-team playing time for reasons I will explain here in a minute. Callum Ellesley, I really wanted to keep him, but his attitude just absolutely tanked, especially after I let Barber and Wakely go. And then I also looked and realized that after the promotion pay raise, he was earning almost £1,700 a week. I put him out there, and Portsmouth snapped him up almost right away. And as a matter of fact, they were the only team that wanted him without us paying a salary contribution. There were probably 5 or 6 other teams that wanted him as well. But if I'm not going to pay a player to play for my best 11, I'm certainly not going to pay a player to play for someone else's best 11. I don't know that we got quite full value for him, and I'm reasonably sure we didn't get full value for any of the players I sold. But the fact of the matter is, all of these players came in on a free. Getting any sort of money out of them is just an added bonus. £33,000 for Callum, going up to £38,000 after appearances. I'm more than happy with. Isabamba went back out on loan. He could have gotten a decent amount of starting time here or appearances off the bench, but I want to get him first team playing time as much as I can. The one move that hurt, but not as much as you would expect it to, was Joe McDonald leaving to Celtic, which, I'll be honest, makes no sense. He's like their 5th goalie on the senior squad. But he was my highest earner, especially after the pay raise. He was earning almost £2,600 a week. And I put him out there for, I want to say, £40,000. No one made an offer. I put him out there for £30,000 about a week later. Still no nibbles. And I put him out there for £24,000. Celtic and a couple other teams came in and offered about the same deal. And so I accepted them all and let him choose where he wanted to go. Matty Elson was in the same boat as Callan Ellesley. Made a lot of money, and I really needed to move him off. And frankly, the reason I let Ellesley, Eldston, Barber, and Wakely go was I have a plethora of defensive center backs, some of whom are pretty good. They're all young. They can all get better. Now's their chance to get playing time and improve. I think they're good enough to keep us out of the relegation fight. And frankly, I needed the money. I put Elson out there for £35,000. Walsall came back with an offer almost right away for 28, and I got him up to 32 without a salary contribution, no problem. And out he went. Lee Engel, I mentioned last episode, was the striker we picked up on a free in January, but for some reason couldn't join the team until the June transfer window opened. Andrew Steele is the big reason I am comfortable letting Joe McDonald go. I had him on my short list last year. I was searching through the Birmingham squad, and he popped up, and I have him down as a, hey, let's look at getting this guy further down the road. But with McDonald leaving and my salary constraints being what they are, I was able to get him in on loan, and he is a really good keeper. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, 20 years old, 6'2", really solid physically, really solid in most of the goalkeeping skills, aerial reach, communication, reflexes, rushing out. His communication could use some work. His handling and kicking are okay. His mentals are very good, with the exception of his anticipation and his vision. But I think I can work on those. But so far, he's done really well for us. One of the reasons I let Adam Cockbill go was I got George Carn in. The kicker was it took 3 weeks for Carn to finally to show up after he agreed to show up. Comes to us from Fulham. He plays center mid primarily, but he's also a very good left midfielder, and that's where I am playing him at. And that's the agreement I got on the loan from Fulham to play him at. Solid physicals, solid mentals. Technicals are really good with the exception of heading. He's good at corners. He's okay at crossing. His first touch is really good. His passing is excellent. His vision and work rate, teamwork are also really good. 3.5-star current, 5-star potential player, 19 years old. I think he's going to do an excellent job for us this season. And then Lee Nichols is one of the other reasons I was more than willing to let Ellesley and Elston go. He's kind of in the same boat that Carney was, except he was a free agent and had about 6 different offers before he decided to come to us. 18 years old, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, really good physicals. When a 10 for natural fitness is your lowest, I think you're doing well. His mentals are very, very good. The only thing he's not great at there is his off the ball, and his vision could use a little work too, but good aggression, decent composure and concentration, good determination. Everything else is in the mentals is more than adequate. Technically, he's good where it counts, I think. 10 heading, 11 marking, 11 tackling. He's only 18 years old. Those are definitely going to get better, but he's also a decent passer. He's not going to be the long shot kicker that Elston and Ellesley were, but I think he's going to fit in with us no problem. One of the things I wanted to do in the preseason was make a decent amount of money, so we played teams with bigger reputations than us. For the most part, we played teams with bigger reputations than us, and almost all the games we made money on in terms of, we paid £16,000 for Birmingham to show up. We made £24,000 on the back end. Teams like Billericay Town, Maidstone United, Eastleigh, and Hereford and Salisbury were there to kind of give the boys a fighting chance, as it were. I would have thought teams like Birmingham and Brentford and Bradford City would have absolutely bossed us, but as it turned out, we gave ourselves a really good showing in the preseason. Everybody came through healthy. Yeah, it's an aggressive schedule. If anything, it was probably too aggressive. 10 friendlies in the preseason, in 6 weeks of preseason, is quite a bit. But we were doing really well, and I was really confident when the season started. And although we are 5 games into the season and we've only won one of them, I am really happy with how the team is playing. It has been fun to watch. Our first match was away at Dagenham and Redbridge, and they needed a 90th minute goal by Corey Whiteley for the win. They weren't that much better than us from a statistics point of view. 12 shots, 8 on target. We were 10-5. They had a slight possession advantage. Callan Semple had both our goals, both off set pieces. We did okay. Dagenham and Redbridge is probably a mid-table team in League Two, and we more than held our own with them, and I was quite happy for that. After Dagenham and Redbridge, we were at home against Bristol City in our Carabao Cup first round match. And again, this was a game where they needed an 80th minute Liam Mandeville goal to eke out the win. Famara Didiu had off brace for Bristol City as well, goals in the 26th and 42nd minute. Brian Allen, Lee Engel, and John Greenwood each had goals for us. They were very scattershot. They had 24 shots, but only 6 were on target, and they had a slight possession advantage. We had 12 shots, 6 on target. Meekings did not have the best game, neither did Callum Semple, who seems to be very Jekyll and Hyde this season so far. He's either really, really good or really, really bad. Bristol City was better when it mattered, and they fully deserved the win. The Mandeville goal was nice. They earned it. Next up, we hosted Bradford City, and one of the things I really loved about this game was the fact we had almost 2,000 home fans in attendance on a drizzly day. Bradford's a pretty good team, and they showed it. 17 shots, 8 on target, slight possession advantage. Alife Santos had a brace of goals in the 5th and 54th minutes. Janai Gordon ruined the clean sheet with a 70th minute penalty kick. They were just better than us. We did well enough to hold them to the 2 goals, I think. But I think Bradford City is one of those teams that's going to be fighting for a playoff spot. I was really hoping for a draw, and we had a couple good attacks near the end of the game get turned away by their defense. But we did really well this game, considering the level of competition we were playing. Next up came Doncaster at home as well, and we picked up our first win here. A 4-1 victory in front of 2,043 fans, 1,600 of which were home fans. This was a really good game for us. 20 shots, 13 on target. Doncaster just could not put it together. They only had 9 shots, 3 on target. Their passing was on the wrong side of inept. They just could not hit what they were aiming at. The Jack Stevens goal was well earned. They used some really nice passing and a couple very nice first touches to get the ball to Stevens in the center, and he put it past Steele. But for the most part, they were just woeful. Steele had a good game in goal. Allen had a good game on the wing with a goal in the 6th minute. John Greenwood had a 43rd minute goal. Janai Gordon had a 46th minute goal. Lee Engel had a 58th minute goal. Engel's getting a lot more playing time. I think, as much as I love Tom Ashton, and part of me really wants him to be my version of Harry Owen and get him to the Premier League. I don't know how long he's going to last, especially if we're in League Two for more than 2 or 3 years. He's a current 2-star potential ability player who isn't getting worse, but he's not getting any better. And I think we have met his level of competition. Well, after our first victory at Doncaster, we were away at Boston United, and this was a fun game to watch. I really enjoyed it. Even though we lost, it was a fun game to watch. Boston United got off to a quick start. Ricky German had a hat-trick's worth of goals in the first half. 19th, 31st, and 43rd minute. Didn't help that Callan Semple had an own goal in the 41st minute. He tried passing the ball back to Steele, and literally, I don't know if it was a brain cramp, a case of RCI syndrome, or what, but he kicked that thing back to Steele like he was taking a shot on the other team's goal, and it blew right by Steele, whose look, I'm pretty sure, was several variations of what the effing F. 4-1 down at the half due to a Janai Gordon 44th minute goal. We came out with our hair on fire that second half. John Greenwood had a 2-minute brace, goals in the 50th and 51st minutes. Janai Gordon got an 89th minute goal, and that brought us within one after Luke Molino scored an 81st minute goal, and we were on the attack. We had 3 corner kicks in the last minute of the game, and we could just not tie it up. 21 shots, 11 on target versus their 15 shots, 6 on target, and a slight possession advantage. Boston United is a mid-table team in League Two, but if we keep having games like this where we have a chance of winning them and we're putting a decent amount of points on the board, not coming away with a draw hurt us. Yeah, but honestly, this was a really fun game to watch. So where do we stand in League Two? Currently in 19th. And of course, today we are playing top of the table Tranmere. So I'm going to set my best 11. The Tranmere game is going to be the only live comp we're going to have today, and I will come back for that game in just a bit. This is one of the screens I really like about this skin. The only thing that kind of bothers me is that everything's kind of reversed. Up top, the head coach, the players and stuff like that need to be on the left side where my formation is. And there's a couple graphical issues as well, but I really like this screen. There's a lot of information here. It's presented really well. The other thing you'll notice is that the default photo is the same. So it looks like if you have a decent amount of regens, for whatever reason, when I cleared the cache and brought them back in again, when I cleared the cache and started the game up again, for some reason it defaulted to the default photo for a lot of the regens. So it's almost like you're playing an army of clones, it seems. So Tranmere is a really good team. They're top of the table. 7 substitutes in League Two, thank God. And we are going to get this game underway. Well, we are hosting Tranmere today, and we are playing our 3-4-3 with Steele in goal, Semple, Nichols, and Meekings as the defensive back 3, Korn, Skip, Grayson, and Allen as the midfield 4, Engel, Gordon, and Greenwood up top as the strikers. On our bench, we have Benson, Deering, Hunt, Ashton, Lomas, England, and Cousins. Tranmere is playing a 4-4-2 with Fassan in goal, Smith, Maguire, Ajayi, and Moore as the defensive back four. Diallo, Franks, Pibis, and Dolling as the midfield four, with Brown and Afosu up top as the strikers. On their bench, they have Hall, O'Connor, Clay, Moore, Christy Davies, Marshall, and Tollett. Now we are moving right to left in our whites. Corn with the throw into Skip to Grayson, who sends it forward. Can Gordon get there? No. Fassan comes up and kicks it away to Afosu. Nichols taps it up to Semple. Across the field to Meekings, up to Grayson, who sends it all the way back to Steele. Interesting. I don't have build from the back as a shout. Grayson up to Gordon. Back to Grayson. Over to Skip. To Angle, who takes the shot off the crossbar. McGuire kicks it out of bounds. Son of a gun. We've had a lot of those too. We've had some really good attacks that are just... Tranmere on the attack, but Nichols intercepts the pass, kicks it out, goes to Franks. Semple knocks it away, goes right back to Smith, who sends it over to Franks, to Diallo, to Brown, to Dolling, who centers it to Diallo, back post goal. Yeah, Diallo was right there. Well, Steele tried, to his credit, still almost got a hand on it. Shot a little encouragement to the guys here. Moore up to Dolling, over to Pibis, to Franks, back to Dolling. He crosses it in. Meekings kicks it away, but it goes right to Brown. Oh, what happened there? Meekings tried a header pot. I don't know. Let's see what happened on the 3D. Pibis to Franks. Dolling crosses it in. Meekings. Oh, that was a horrible. Okay. Greenwood with the throw in to Grayson. Back to Greenwood. To Allen. And Pibis intercepts the pass. Afosu. Well, the ball's almost knocked away. He crosses it in. And Diallo's there. Tranmere's up 3-0, 20 minutes in. Come on, guys. You're better than this. I mean, yeah, they're top of the table, but still. Corn with a throw-in. Goes right to Dolling, but he kicks it over to Skip. To Greenwood. Lost in the crowd. Kicked out, but Semple's there. He sends it back up to Skip. Up to Grayson. To Greenwood. And he scores. Nice shot. Took a little while to develop, but we came out on the positive side of that. Yeah, the Tranmere keeper didn't even really try, but, you know, I'm okay with that. "30 minutes in. Diallo with the ball for Tranmere. Sends it forward. Brown's going to get to it. Is he going to cross it in? He is. Ofosu's there, but his shot goes wide left. Steele out to Meekings. Sends it forward. Greenwood is there. And his shot is weak. Fassan had no problem with that. He should have held it up. Greenwood again. Is that not a foul? Okay. Fassan holding on to it. Towards Diallo. But it's knocked away, but it goes right to Smith. Pibis has it. Back up to Diallo. All the way across the field to Moore. To Dolling. To Diallo, son of a gun. 4-1, 32 minutes in. Eight shots, 4 on target. All 4 of those are considered half chances, maybe? And Diallo's got a 33-minute hat trick. Okay, boys. There's going to be some yelling at the half. Gordon is not having a great game. Moving left to right now. Brought on Cousins to replace Gordon. I think the defensive forward position is going to be a battle between Cousins and Hunt. And thus far, Cousins has the slight upper hand. Attribute-wise, he's better than Hunt for now. Greenwood, surrounded by Tranmere players, loses the ball. Nichols has it to Grayson, to Skip, up to Angle, to Cousins, whose cross was meant for Angle, but Dalling kicked it back to Fassan. Maguire has it, out to Smith. Long pass, Ofusu breaks through the line, and Steele with a nice block. Semple knocks it away. Greenwood's there. Cousins takes the pass. Out to Greenwood. He's got options. Skip is there, but it goes right to Fassan. Grayson with the corner kick. Meekings is there on the back end to Allen. To Semple. Lost in the crowd. Fassan picks it up somehow. Okay. Tranmere keeper holding on to the ball. Sends it up towards Ofusu. Semple knocks it away, but it goes right to Pibis. He sends it across the field to Diallo on the left. To Smith. Who sends it all the way back to Fassan. Oh, Korn is there with the bad pass from Fassan. Angle crosses it in, goes to Greenwood, to Cousins, and Cousins scores. Nice. 4-2. And we, after we see the highlight here, Korn out to Angle. Nice cross in. Greenwood with the header to Cousins. Nice finish. Clicked a little too soon. Okay. And I can't go to the tactics. Okay, there we go. We're going to bring Lomas on to replace Nichols. This is Nichols' first game with us. He's not exactly match fit. Steele with the kick up to Cousins. Taps it over to Angle. To Grayson. Up to Greenwood. Over to Cousins. To Skip, who loses it. Fassan knocks it away. Nichols up to Grayson. Meekings. Long kick forward. Greenwood's there. Totally dekes the keeper. Slots it away. 4-3. 58 minutes in. Well, that's Enfield Town football right there. Oh. Fassan didn't even try. Jai with the long ball forward. Meekings sends it right to Brown, though, but he dispossesses Brown. Grayson picks up the loose ball to Allen, to Greenwood, over to Skip, taps it up to Cousins, back to Grayson, to Skip again. His pass is errant. Gets kicked away. Ofusu picks it up, sends it forward to Brown, who's all alone. Steele charges out off the post. Woodwork save for us. Guess we are even there. Brian Allen just picked up a yellow. We'll take him off here in a minute. Allen, and he's dispossessed by Smith. Meeking stopped running, so Brown was able to pick up the ball. Now Tranmere surging forward. Pibis, back to Brown. Crosses in, Ofusu's there, and he scores. Come on. guys. We'll see this back in 3D. For whatever reason, Meekings had the ball literally 5 yards in front of him and stopped. Let Brown get it and set up this whole sequence. Nice header by Ofusu. Steele almost got a hand on it. Boy, I've only almost counted sometimes, you know? Steele picks up the ball, holds onto it for a minute, sends it forward into the crowd. Ajayi knocks it away. Hunt almost got a foot on it, but now Brown has it. Smith to Diallo. Hunt stopped running. Diallo's going to cross it in, and Ofusu's there. Holy cow, he has like 5 goals, I think. No, Diallo's got 3 goals, but I swear he's also got almost all the assists as well, probably, it seems. Well, it just seems like it. He's got 3 goals and an assist. Holy smokes. 10 minutes left. We'll go to the overload. And that's the game. Well, if you look at the stats, the score doesn't appear to be 6-3, but it most definitely is 6-3. Diallo with a hat trick in 33 minutes. Charlie Brown with an 18th minute goal. Ofusu with a brace in 10 minutes. John Greenwood had a brace for us. Barry Cousins had a very nice 57th minute goal, but wow. Well, there's a reason Tranmere's top of the table, and we certainly did our best to help them stay there. Well, that was disappointing to say the least. We have the Check-a-Trade Trophy game next with Watford, but you know what? I don't know that I'm going to live comm those. I think I'd rather live comm the League 2 games. And I think what we're going to come back for is going to be Northampton and Wrexham. Well, our first foray into League 2 is going as well as expected, and I mean that. I knew we weren't going to get automatic promotion this year. We're not even going to pretend that we're going to qualify for a playoff spot. Mid-table is a dream that I don't think is going to be possible unless we start converting some of these close losses into draws and wins, and I just don't see that happening right now. The quality of player we have is good enough for us to avoid relegation, and I think we'd have to improve the team in more than a few areas for us to finish higher than mid-table. That said, we are ahead of the Lujo ratio. As long as we have as many points as we have games played, we're relegation safe, I believe. It's possible that come end of the season there could be some weird stuff going on in that regards, but I don't believe that's likely. I mean, the odds are astronomically small, but stranger things have happened in FM. Coming up next, we have some mid-table opponents who are going to be a good test for us. If we manage to pull out a draw or a win, I will be very, very happy. And for the time being, all the close losses we have actually been quite entertaining to watch. I suspect that once we get thumped by somebody 6-1, they'll stop being fun. But until that happens, we're going to be looking at ways to continually improve the team. Financially, we're constrained, but there's ways around that. Spend a lot of time scouting, spend a lot of time with players on trial, find some diamonds in the rough, send them out on loan or things like that. We're building the foundation for our future here in League 2, and so far it's going really well. But then again, it's early in the season. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18. I thank you for watching.